Hey guys, this is Chris Davies from carproductstester.com. Today I'm in the Subaru Levorg GT and this is Subaru's new 2016 Sport Tourer, and a very nice car it is. I've got this for 3 months, so I'm going into a 60-mile-an-hour limit, so let's just show you sort of the acceleration. Okay, that was 30 to 60. It's a 1.6 litre DIT, direct injection turbocharged engine. It's a new one from Subaru, completely new, and it was designed specifically for this Levorg. There's a good amount of power and torque for the car. It's fine, it's not massive, and on paper actually it might not seem like it's particularly quick. If you just looked at the stats, 170 horsepower and 184 feet-pound of torque, or 250 newton meters of torque. But actually it's got a really nice power band, and it's a lot quicker than I thought it would be, especially in gear acceleration or your rolling acceleration. It's fantastic. I don't feel like this vehicle needs any more power. Obviously with any vehicle you could say, yeah, but it would benefit from more power. This one doesn't. I can't find fault with the way it accelerates, and it's just a very nice engine, very smooth engine as well, very refined. It's obviously a boxer engine, and petrol, not to mention that, but it's at idle, you can barely hear it. It just sits there perfectly smoothly, and very refined little unit. Some of the Subaru guys who've owned them in the past might be saying it's not a big enough engine, you know, it needs to be 2 litre or 2.5 litre. No, it doesn't. This car, it's really, I would say, it's the perfect engine for this car. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the way it delivers its power or torque, and it suits the vehicle down to the ground. I think Subaru's done a marvellous job with this engine. So again, 60. There we go, and that's it. A quick little thing. The official stats are 0 to 62 miles an hour in 8.9 seconds, so 0 to 60 you're looking at probably about 8.6 seconds, something like that. I think that's perfectly respectable. The accelerations from 40 to 70, anything like that, is absolutely fine. In fact, anything above that, again, is fine. It cruises really well. As you can see, I'm doing 60 miles an hour here, and the car just sits on the road lovely. It's a little bit lower ride height than a lot of its bigger brothers. Usually the Scoobies have, you know, from 200 millimeters of ground clearance upwards, whereas this one's got 135. I think it'll be a minimum of 135 millimeter ground clearance, and that's at its curb weight as well. So it's more sporty than the other Subaru estates in the range. This is the long-term one, as I've mentioned, and I've had this for about a month and a half. It gives me a very clear idea of what they like to live with, and I could certainly live with this car. It's lovely, really nice. Steering wheel's lovely and comfortable. Flat bottom steering wheel, so it looks a bit more sporting, and the interior, as you can see, is nicely laid out. A very big leap from Subaru's days of plasticky interiors. It's a long way from that. You can see the stitched edging on here, and you know, the seats are stitched. Interestingly, the Levorg gets just one spec, it's the GT spec. All the interiors are the same colour, you can't spec different colours of leather or upholstery, etc. It's all one colour. I think it's a great idea. Just offer the people one car, and obviously the exterior colour you can change, but apart from that, there's not even an option for the wheels, different wheel sizes and styles. I think it's a great idea. It's a refreshing change from having 20,000 different choices on a car. And clearly this person in front's looking for somewhere to go. Is it 60 miles an hour down here? A couple of things I would say that I'm surprised at is there's too much road noise coming up through the front of the car, probably because of the 18-inch alloys, or should I say the low profile tyres on them. And you can also feel the bumps a lot more with these low profile tyres. I don't know why companies insist on sticking low profile tyres on everything and then simply leaving or ignoring the fact that they are going to produce more road noise and a firmer ride. A set of fatter tyres on this car would do it a lot of favours. The trouble is, it's difficult to get a balance between nice handling and comfort. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think Subaru's done really well with the Levorg and its handling capability. It's very sporting, it sticks to the road like glue because it's obviously got this famous Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive, and believe me, this thing is absolutely like cement to the road. It's brilliant. It's like you're driving on rails around corners. Cannot fault the way it handles or turns in or brakes. It's really very nice. As I say though, we're only doing 30 miles an hour and there's too much road noise for my liking. It's not unbearable at all, and it obviously all depends on the surface of the road. If it's a new section of motorway with that new type of tarmac that's a lot quieter, then it's fine. But yeah, I just think that they need to improve, put more sound deadening up front. However, the actual driving of the car is lovely. Around town as well, the Cvt Gearbox in the city is absolute joy. It's so smooth, and obviously it's completely different to a traditional type gearbox. It's continuously variable transmission, or as Subaru call it, lineatronic, which they've had out for a while, but this is particularly nice. I've noticed, if I'm honest, I've noticed the very occasional hiccup with this car in the gearbox when it's cold and you go from sort of cruising along at 20-30 miles an hour, you accelerate and suddenly it decides it really wants to drop down for no apparent reason. It's almost like it's dropping down a gear. It's not, but it's a sort of lumpiness and a bit of a hiccup, and I've noticed that happens a few times actually, but it's nothing I can't deal with, and overall it's actually a very nice gearbox. This is just the first update. I've got this for 3 months. I'm going to be doing a few videos on it, and I'll show you I'll do a video of the exterior, and I'll go more in depth of you know, different speeds, how it handles, etc. In another video. But if you want to read the first update, which is going to be comprehensive and of this long-term Subaru Levorg 1.6i GT, go to carproductstested.com and feel free to comment if you own one of these or you want to know more about it. Thanks guys.